The internet has revolutionized every aspect of our lives, from work and play to communication and lifestyle. Regardless of your interests and beliefs, you can find something or someone on the internet that resonates with you. The internet has connected us in previously unimaginable ways, creating spaces for people from all corners of the world to come together. With an abundance of content available on the internet, much of it remains undiscovered. Whether it's a service or product, legal or illegal, moral or immoral, you can find it online. The choice of how to use the internet lies with each individual, for better or worse. Like the surface web that we use daily, the dark web contains a plethora of websites, forums, and services, but it's concealed behind a layer of protection. This hidden realm harbors a myriad of illicit activities, ranging from criminal activity and predators to spies, drug, and human traffickers. It's all hidden in plain sight, easily accessible to anyone who knows where to look. The internet can be divided into three categories: the surface web, the deep web, and the dark web. The surface web encompasses everything we use daily, such as YouTube, Twitter, and other social media platforms. It's part of the World Wide Web, and its content is easily found through search engines like Google. Astonishingly, every second, 1,000 photos are posted on Instagram, 8,000 tweets are shared on Twitter, 70,000 Google searches are conducted, and nearly 100,000 YouTube videos are viewed. The surface web may appear massive, but it pales in comparison to the deep web. The deep web refers to content not indexed by search engines. Technically, anything not found on Google is part of the deep web. Even mundane activities like checking your email are considered part of the deep web. The deep web constitutes a staggering 96% of the internet, meaning that even if you were to explore new websites daily for 50 years, you would barely scratch the surface of what's available online. Within the deepest recesses of the internet lies the dark web, where encrypted websites are hidden, IP addresses are masked, and users employ encryption software to maintain their anonymity. In the dark web, anything goes. But how is it possible to hide in plain sight on a platform that is accessible to almost everyone? The truth is, while browsing the surface web, your activities can be, and often are, tracked. Many websites collect data on your browsing habits to sell to advertisers, a practice that is widespread among platforms like Facebook and Amazon. While some view this as an invasion of privacy, others are unconcerned. Ironically, it was the United States government that first sought a system to protect its online communications. Recognizing the lack of anonymity on the internet, they wanted to prevent unauthorized interception of government transmissions. In the mid-90s, researchers at the U.S. Naval Research Laboratory developed onion routing, a technology that protects data by wrapping it in multiple layers of encryption, with the innermost layer containing the original message. Onion routing forms the basis of the modern dark web, which has since evolved into a haven for illegal activities and hidden secrets. In order to transmit a message securely, it must pass through three midpoints, which we'll call A, B, and C. The message is wrapped in 3 layers of encryption, with each layer containing information about the previous and next destinations. Thus, the original message remains hidden, and at each midpoint, a layer of encryption is peeled away, revealing the next destination. Finally, when the message reaches its endpoint, the last layer is removed, and the message is disclosed. This onion encryption ensures that data remains secure during transmission, protecting it from unauthorized access. Thanks to onion routing, darknets like Tor can exist. Darknets function alongside networks like the internet, but require specific software to access. Tor, which stands for the Onion Router, is a browser based on the technology that allows users to access web pages not available to the general public. These pages have unfamiliar web addresses, ending in onion instead of .org or .com. Accessing these sites through a traditional browser won't work, but with Tor, it's possible. The dark web attracts a diverse range of users worldwide, offering a variety of hidden services. For instance, you can find fake driver's licenses and passports, illegal weapons, and drugs. Marketplaces are also popular, providing access to items that are difficult to obtain elsewhere. Transactions on the dark web are typically conducted using cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin due to their pseudo-anonymous nature. The dark web is often associated with illegal drug sales and other illicit activities. Silk Road, a notorious darknet market launched in 2011, became almost synonymous with the dark web. It offered a wide range of drugs, guns, counterfeit cash, and other items. However, The site was shut down by the FBI in 2013 after generating over 9.5 million bitcoins in revenue. Silk Road and similar dark web markets played a significant role in the rise of Bitcoin. Despite the prevalence of illegal activities on the dark web, it is not as extensive as it is often portrayed. Many large services are eventually shut down by law enforcement agencies, but new sites emerge to fill the void. For example, when Silk Road was shut down, Silk Road 2.0 and later versions appeared in its place. The creators and administrators of these sites often face convictions for crimes similar to those committed by Ross Ulbricht, the founder of Silk Road, but their sentences are generally much shorter compared to Ulbricht's 2 life sentences, plus 40 years without parole. The creator of Silk Road 2.0 received a little over 5 years in prison, a significantly shorter sentence than Ross Ulbricht. Most individuals connected to these sites faced a maximum of 10 years in prison. Even if you never visit the dark web or are unaware of its existence, it can still impact your life. Data leaks and breaches are common, and compromised personal information can end up for sale on the dark web. Social security numbers can sell for as little as $1, while botnets can be rented for a few dollars an hour to execute distributed denial of service, DDoS attacks. Medical records and stolen credit card information are also available for purchase. Some data is not even for sale but is simply exposed on websites leaking information about politicians, celebrities, and ordinary individuals. There's not much that can be done to prevent this. However, the dark web hosts even more sinister activities, such as hitman services claiming to be able to kill anyone for as little as $5,000. Although many are scams, the mere existence of such services is concerning. Additionally, there are services selling human organs, the origins of which are unknown. Child pornography is also an unfortunate reality on the dark web, with sites like Lolita City and Playpen having existed, attracting over 200,000 users at their peaks. Similar forums discuss abducting children and the dark acts committed against them. Despite the dark web's reputation, around half of Tor's funding still comes from the U.S. government. Many individuals involved in illegal activities on the dark web don't appear physically threatening, but they can run drug empires or hire hitmen without putting themselves in danger. The dark web is often portrayed as a vast criminal underworld, but the actual number of hidden services is estimated to be between 2 and 10,000, with a little over half deemed illicit. However, these numbers are not definite, as hidden services are meant to be concealed by design. Less than 6% of Tor users access these hidden services, which equates to around 100,000 people out of the billions using the internet. While the dark web contains illicit content, it also provides a haven for uncensored information, offering truth in situations where governments impose censorship. It enables people to speak about and report on essential issues without fearing reprisal. Many prominent news networks operate dark web services, enabling people to share information without fear of being caught or publicly shamed. Nowadays, it seems quite normal to put our entire lives on the internet, but this was considered absurd and unwise just 10 or 15 years ago. In a way, we are gradually giving up our internet privacy, but the dark web offers a means to reclaim that privacy and anonymity. How individuals use this freedom, for good or ill, is up to them. The drugs sold on the dark web, while mostly illegal, can sometimes serve positive purposes, particularly for those in areas where they are unavailable. Although the FBI, governments, and much of the public believe Silk Road had overwhelmingly negative effects, its creator, Ross Ulbricht, thought otherwise. He believed he was providing a valuable service by offering a safer, more authentic experience for drug transactions, opening opportunities and protecting people rather than putting them at risk. However, despite his seemingly peaceful intentions, Ulbricht used hitmen services on the dark web in attempts to have 6 people killed. Your perception of the dark web depends on your perspective and how open you are to various interpretations. It doesn't have to be a frightening place. It only becomes so if you seek out things you'd rather not see. While you can't eliminate these aspects, you can avoid them, as there are certain things that the average person shouldn't be exposed to. If you don't want to fall victim to the dark side of the dark web, it's best to stay away, especially if you're unfamiliar with what you're getting into. Once you're in, it's not easy to leave.